another edition of the Plus One segment, and today we are joined with Suzanne Budano. As you can see, she's dressed to impress Miss Massachusetts, U.S. Nation.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to come and chat with me today. I mean, welcome to the studio.
Of course.
First of all, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. You know, just making sure this lovely crown stays on.
Speaking of the lovely crown,
Yes.
right? You were nominated and you got first place, right?
Yes.
When they announced your name, no, this was like in October, right? Yeah,
It was October.
It was October.
Yes.
Yeah, it was in October, right? When they announced it, what was like your feelings just throughout that process?
I was shocked. I wanted to make sure it was. I was like, "Are you just calling my name?" Right? So, in the pageant system, you don't know. Every day is a new day, a new judge, a new decision. So, I was fortunate enough to be with some amazing women that I met that are also now title holders. So, Kylie is one, and we were together. So, it made the experience even more special.
Right. Just going through the whole process. What was kind of like your mindset throughout the whole thing? Because this isn't an easy thing to do for anybody, right? So what was kind of like the process, your state of mind going into this?
I would just say to be open-minded, because you really don't know the outcome of the experience because there's so many qualified candidates. And being in this position before for the Mrs. Rhode Island pageant, placing 5th and then 3rd in nationals, I really didn't know what to expect. So I kind of just left it open and went with the flow. The anxiety is always there, but it was really an amazing experience. But again, the company itself, the organization, and the people that were there, I think made it the way it is.
Right.
Again, being with Kylie as well as some other contestants helped me a lot to talk with them, and we were laughing and joking, so it took off the pressure a bit.
Right. And there's also like a little bit of letting your guard down when you do something like this, because you have to be in front of people, and sometimes a lot of people, right? And sometimes some people that interaction with being in front of a lot of people. Okay. So, being a part of this pageant, right? As I was saying, like you have to be in front of a lot of people, and sometimes for some folks, being in front of a lot of people is like nerve-wracking, and some people are introverts, some people are extroverts. Like for you, was there a little bit of that, or were you just like, this is just something I just got to get through?
I think it's a combination. Initially, having just recently been in pageants at my age, for a year, it kind of helped prepare me. But you're always a little self-conscious being on stage with people watching you and making sure that you're answering the question or questions that they ask properly.
Right.
So I think there's always that element of surprise or anxiety. But I think you just work through it. And some days are better than others. I just feel like some days you're on your A game and others you might not be. So that day I felt like maybe I was on my A game.
Yeah, is it one of those is it like one of those things that you've been through this before? You've done enough of these to know what to expect, and you've kind of you know you got walk on stage, present to the judges, answer the questions. It was like this is just a routine now since you've done it a couple times already.
It did help having a little bit of that experience behind me, but still within me, some people think, oh, it's easy for her to talk, but sometimes it is anxiety for me. Right. But I feel like it just depends on the situation. So it definitely did help to have a little bit of that experience before and exposure, talking in front of people, and also with my career, it's helped balance the entire process of being in pageants.
Yeah, because being in pageants, it's like one of those things you see it on TV, but then it's like anything like related to sports and stuff like that. Like when you see it on TV, you're like, okay, I see those guys doing it, maybe I can do it. But then when you're in it, it's kind of wait.
Right. It's not as easy as you think.
Yeah, right. You gotta,
I'm balancing right now this crown. It's like you think it's easy, but it's not.
And there's also so many stuff that comes with participating in a pageant and winning a pageant. Like just talk about like some of the extracurricular stuff that comes with it.
It's a lot of collaboration. I think a lot of people think that when you're a title holder, that it's type of thing that you do alone, but obviously you have the pageant company behind you, the organization itself, as well as your pageant sisters, and that helps propel you to have a plan. And that's what we're doing now. We're going to be meeting and collaborating. So I think some people might think that doesn't occur, but it really does from day one. You have to really be open to thinking about the future, because if you do win, what are you going to do with this title? It's not just about dressing up and looking cute. It's about how are you going to help the community itself and grow as an individual.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you've enjoyed while being on this path right now?
It's been so short amount of time, but I've just enjoyed really meeting up with some of the pageant sisters. Again, I'm just going to put a shout out to a few of them that, Kylie and I had been together, and we're trying to work together as a team. We're both representing Massachusetts and Caroline as well. So not Massachusetts, but as a pageant sister. So I think that's been exciting, as well as collaborating with the organization itself. They've been reaching out to us, supporting us, talking about events that might be coming up, and booking things for us, and thinking about our nonprofits or organizations that we're going to work with. So I think that's really important, and feeling supported.
Right, because that's one of the things that the responsibilities from like the Miss whatever state you're in, Miss Universe and stuff like that, is also that the philanthropy work, the charity, right? How important is that just for yourself, just giving back? I know you talk. I know you. When you did your speech to the judges, I know you talked about one of the organizations that you work with. Can you talk about that?
Yes, dementia. My dad was diagnosed with dementia over 3 years ago. And it really impacted me to work in that direction. I was always working with the homeless population and through charitable organizations through the church. But it's a new direction. So I'm trying to honor those who assist with dementia patients. So that's my new platform. And I'm going to be working on that, solidifying that, as well as supporting the pageant sisters I'm working alongside, so we can help each other on this journey.
Right.
It's important.
Yeah, because that's something like a lot of families have dealt with that, dealt with relatives. Some have lost relatives to it and stuff like that. And it's such dementia's one of those things, because it's like one moment they know you, and then next moment it's kind of like they don't know you, but then there's moments where they'll see something, then they'll remember who you are, right? It's
That's
like,
true.
It's hard, when you're experiencing it, but then when you're trying to solve that issue is also a great thing. But it's really hard when you just you have somebody that's known you forever, and now all of a sudden you have to get to know them again.
Get to know them, and just maybe them forgetting other things or losing everything that they've had, like cars, transportation, their life. They're just at home, not able to walk or be mobile. As well as the caretakers. I want to bring awareness that people who are caregivers need to be celebrated. They need to be supported. A lot of people are forgotten that are taking care of people not just with dementia, but other issues, and they need to be honored and respected. I think a lot of people kind of forget about giving time. So hopefully I can highlight that as well.
Yeah, because the caregivers, essentially, they become the family members, because they're with them so much. So yeah, that's definitely a great thing. We're gonna be right back, ladies and gentlemen, because gotta do a wardrobe change. We like the sparkles.
There's more to come.
Yeah, but we like the sparkles, but the sparkles gotta go right now. So we'll see what the next wardrobe is. I'm staying with my fit. I don't have I don't got that. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, we back. Another wardrobe change. Still sparkles though. It's a black dress.
Sparkles.
What they say, can never go wrong with a black dress if you're a lady. That's what I've heard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it helps.
I think every lady in the world has a black dress, like their go-to black dress that they go to.
I agree with you.
Just like every guy has a suit. They have
Definitely. It helps.
All right, so you got the Miss USA Nation stash now, right? First, can you just tell us the difference between the two that you've had on?
One is a state, and one is so Massachusetts would be the state, and this would be nationals.
Right.
So you represent the United States of America with this title, which is really exciting.
Right. You got first place for that.
I did, and I'm under the category of the MS. So we do have a junior division and MISS, and I would be the MS due to my age being over 30, obviously.
Right. speaking of that, being one of the older person,
Yes.
the elders, right? Because they kind of when you get older, they kind of try to shun you away in this industry, right? But still being able to do it, right, and setting an example for some of the other contestants behind you that are younger, right? What did you get first place show them in that aspect?
It showed them that anything is possible, regardless of how old you are, your size. Obviously, I'm more curvy, so that's another attribute that I have contributed. And also that at any stage in your life, anything is possible. So you have to keep plugging and moving along. And everyone has a purpose. No one is invisible. And as you mature and you get experience, it's like fine wine. So I like to think of myself as fine wine. I just get better with age.
Hey, there you go.
Right? And I don't let people intimidate me, because I think it's something that it's a mindset.
All right.
Mindset that you have to know that everyone has equal value and worth.
Yeah, definitely, and also just the confidence and courageousness you have to still go out there and be able to compete at this point, right? Because you could be doing many other things, you still were able to put yourself out there. How were you able to just get that motivation to put yourself out there to compete?
I think because I've done modeling for over 20 years, plus size modeling. I think I had it on hiatus when I became a flight attendant. And I'm a former educator. So I think those things kind of propelled me. And I took that time off and I came back and I worked with an organization, Casamoda, which kind of prepared me for the pageant industry and last year, because I'm new to this, even though my age. And then at that point, it just kind of gave me the tools to get to where I am now, to meet this amazing organization, the Miss U.S. Nation organization, which really supports women and wants them to be their best, men and women, to be their best wherever you are on your journey.
That is true. And it sounds very motivational for a lot of folks,
Yes.
right? Now, what's next in this phase as Miss U.S. Nation, right? What's next for you?
Well, Miss U.S. Nation is going to be able to travel throughout the United States and send the message. We have a lot of different activities going on throughout the United States. So please be sure to check us out on Instagram at Suzanne Budano, as well as the Miss U.S. Nation and Bella Fashions and Super Chic Fashion Week, which is like a collaboration. So there's a lot of events. There's going to be fundraisers and things that are put on by us coming up, as well as fashion shows. So be on the lookout. There's just so much on the horizon. And it's not just going to be here in amazing Massachusetts, which I love.
Right.
It's going to be throughout the United States.
Yeah.
Along with my pageant sisters. What's better than that?
Yeah, so you're going to be doing a lot of networking, a lot of traveling, and all that, getting to meet new faces, seeing different cities, right?
Yeah.
But for you as a flight attendant, it's nothing new since you've been so many different places, right? How does that help you too? As your time as a flight attendant and being able to see so many different places in this world, right?
It does help you. But at the end of the day, home is home, and I love home, and it's very special. It makes you appreciate what you have when you go to different places, but you get to see a different perspective of people, their thoughts, their beliefs, their attitudes, so I think it helps. I didn't travel a lot internationally. I did that on my own, but not through my career.
Right.
I did more domestic, but I still learned a lot about myself and continue to do so. And I'm learning about myself as well now. So I'm hoping on this journey that I'll continue to grow. We all need to grow every day. And I'm really excited about that. But again, being in the aviation industry definitely gives you a leg up on, how to approach things in certain places or locations and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
How were you able to get into this competition that we had that happened last October? What was that? How did that work?
I had spoken to someone that had reached out to me from the organization, and we kind of collaborated, interviewed, and they let me know about the experience. And then we went to the actual venue and the event, which was beautiful, the Boston Hilton, and that's where the pageant took place. And I was able to meet these amazing women, these models, these influencers, as well as the team that has led me here today, which are amazing. So Nora and Rachel and the family and the organization itself. So that's how it all started. And I had, like I said, I had just been a little bit defeated as I came in third for the other nationals, and I had been in fifth. So I was kind of like, should I just throw in the towel? But no, you just keep going, moving forward, and here I am today, and I have a national title. So I just tell everybody, if you are passionate about something, do not give up on your dreams, continue and move forward.
And you can look at it as one aspect. Finishing third and fifth, you finish in the top 3, and you finish in the top 5, which is
That's true.
yeah. It's like
But that's not enough for
it's
me.
It's not. But you still gotta. Sometimes you gotta look at it in a different perspective. You see, like you're almost there, getting
It's
closer,
true.
right? And,
It's true.
And then you get first.
And it's okay.
Right?
I mean, in all fairness, if I didn't, it would be okay because I'm still the same person. I'm still going to be the same person next year without the crown. I'm going to move forward and just propel and help others. I've always done that, community service, so it's part of me.
Right.
It's ingrained. So I just think it's just something for me to do, to collaborate and help others. So this is an amazing journey, and I'm just so excited to be here today and thankful for you to let me share my voice.
Right. And then, we didn't even talk about it yet. Tell everybody where you grew up at, though. What part of
I grew up in Providence.
Yeah.
I was born Antonetta Budano, and very humble, beginnings, Italian family, faith family, those types of things are really important to me. And then I ended up going to college in Boston. I went to Wheelock, a teacher college, which is now actually
part of
BU.
BU, yeah.
It's BU. So it's an amazing experience. I love Boston. I love Massachusetts. And now I left New Jersey to become closer to my parents in Rhode Island. And so I have a place there as well.
Yeah.
So that's how it all kind of began.
Wheelock is part of BU now. One of my best friends, he's a graduate of Wheelock. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he played basketball there.
Wow, it's a great school. It's a great university. It prepared me to be an educator, and
Yeah.
I love it. It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's an education himself too.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
It's a great platform.
Definitely. All right. Before we get out of here, make sure you plug in any websites, social medias. Also let them know about your charitable work and
Yes.
the foundation and
Yes.
where they could go to find out more information
Yes.
about that.
Please visit me at either Facebook, Suzanne Budano, or Instagram at Suzanne Budano, Budano, Suzanne, and you'll find out more about me, about dementia awareness, and my Queen for a Day initiative, where I'm going to honor those who work, healthcare individuals who work with dementia patients. So feel free to reach out to me for speaking engagements and to just follow me on my journey, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Suzanne, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I do like that.
Do you like this one?
Yeah, I like that.
It's a little easier to manage.
Yeah, right.
These crowns are absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I
I'm
think-
so blessed and fortunate to be wearing this, so thank you.
Yeah, I think Riley and Danny
Miss
like
US
it.
organization.
I think Riley and Danny like that crown too.
Yes, she had her blue, I think she had some blue embellishment in there as well, so.
Hey man, I need to give myself a crown too.
I think you deserve, yes, we all do. And you know what, caretakers, give yourself some time and get yourself a crown because you definitely deserve it.
Yeah, definitely.
Caregivers, yeah.
Definitely. Well, Suzanne, thank you.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
enjoy
much.
the rest of your day and
I
week,
do,
and
I will.
good luck with everything. I know
Thank you.
there's the bigger competitions coming up in the near future. So
Yes, international, so
yeah.
look for me.
Definitely hope you get another first place in that.
Thank you.
I've been watching the Plus One segment. That's Suzanne. I'm Mukala. We're out of here. Have a good one.
Bye.